Well, hello everybody and welcome down to my allotment. I'm pleased to say that my raised beds haven't been stolen again, they're still in place. And added to that, what I've been doing today, I've been doing a lot of harvesting. One thing that I've harvested from this bed is my garlic. Now I knew this year that my garlic wasn't going to be a great harvest. The bed that it's in hasn't had much organic matter, it's not very deep, clay soil. I wasn't able to get the garlic planted at a deep enough level. But we've got garlic nonetheless, and that'll be absolutely fine. We're going to stick those in the greenhouse in a little bit later on to dry out for a few days, and then we can start processing them. But that's not all we've been harvesting this week. We've also harvested a lovely big bowl of cherries, a load of dragon's egg cucumbers, which are absolutely delicious. And then we've also got some broad beans that I've harvested. And this is the last lot of our broad beans. So what I'm going to do, this is where the broad beans are going, and I'm just going to climb in here, getting a bit of couch grass in here, quite a bit of couch grass. One of the things that I've noticed, we didn't suffer at all from black fly this year, so that's been a bit of a result. But what I want to do, one of the reasons that I grow broad beans, these were overwintered broad beans, so they've been growing since about November last year. What I like to do, being a legume and fixes nitrogen in the soil, I just want to leave the roots in the ground to basically rot down. So I'm just going to cut off any of the tops that I can see, ideally as close to the base as possible, in order to leave those roots to rot down in the ground. Now at the same time, I'm going to remove some of this what do you call it, grass and weeds and stuff. I'm not going to run the hoe through here just yet. We might do that in the future. But what I want to do, once I've got all these broad beans out, what I want to do is plant this back up with something. My idea at the moment is probably another type of bean. Next year this bed will be for potatoes, so I really do want to get it to the point that there's plenty of nitrogen in the soil for potatoes. So I think beans are going to be a good bet. There's still, you know, plenty of time to grow beans, probably French beans, runner beans, or I've got some blotty beans actually at home that need to come down here. They might go in here just nicely. Now something I am noticing is this, it looks like there's another elephant garlic that has planted up in here by its own accord. I'm going to dig that up and see how it looks compared to the others. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Now this, I didn't actually plant this, I think this was something left in the soil. So it grew on its own. It's quite deep. There we go. There we go. Wow. Look at that. That has got to be the largest elephant garlic for this year. Much, much deeper than obviously what I've planted mine at. So that's expected, but also I didn't plant this, it was just here. I'm happy with that. And this will probably be what we grow next year. So let's compare the garlic. This is the one that self-planted itself, you could say, just grew on its own accord, that I just dug up from the broad bean bed. Obviously it's also been growing around broad beans, which might have something to do with it. I guess this is the next largest one. Similar sort of size, but slightly smaller. I'm just trying to look at all the rest. Yeah, I think that's the two that are the closest in size. Similar, but not much in it. Right, well overall I'm very happy with all the food that I've harvested today. Those cherries are delicious and everything else looks absolutely scrumptious. The garlic I'm going to place inside Grandad's greenhouse for a few days, just so I can then start drying it off and get it ready to go into storage. But this does now leave me with 2 beds that are empty. I hate empty beds, so over the next few days I'm going to be planting them up with something. Could be other types of beans, could be squash plants, could be green manures. Find out next time. Right guys, see you again next time.